welcome back to another video. My name is MaxMIY, and today I have a replay in the 116F3. It is, of course, an ace. This is the armor profile. One interesting thing to note here is that this tank actually has this weird cutout here, which means that this isn't actually part of the tank. And also this lower plate, which is a little bit troll. And also over here, this little spot is side scraping. If you do come up against a 116, that's a good spot to penetrate it if you find the lower plate to be in cover. With that out of the way, let's move on to the replay. And this is on Fort Despair. And I'm going to be honest, this isn't really one of those aces that I am proud of. But I will upload every single ace that I do receive because I do believe it is important to view these replays and check them out. So, the 116 has two advantages, mainly its clip and its mobility. Yes, its mobility, because it's most often compared to the Kron, which doesn't have it unless it's using speed boost or super speed boost. So, in the beginning, I try to make it to the peaking position that most heavy tanks go to on Fort Despair, but the WZ-113 is already in front of me, so I try to move around him, and here, me and two other tanks, I think oh god, I forgot its name. The BZT. Basically, three Chinese tanks all messing each other up. So this beginning is kind of meh. I am able to block a bit of damage. I'm able to get one of my shells out. And here I am impatient. I don't really care about the rest of the battle. I'm just thinking that it's going to be a regular game. And in a little bit, I'm going to make a pretty stupid decision. I decide to move out, and though I get a shell in, I now take this position. Now, this position is good unless you have a tank destroyer in the position overlooking. This is a bad position. Do not do what I did here. This is wrong, and you should not take this position. So I get two shells out. One in, actually no, I don't even get a shell into the E5 out. And there, I even take damage. So this is just a game going atrociously right now. Everything is going bad. I'm down on health. I don't have much damage done. But the game will ramp up soon. So I try to hit the grill. I miss my Hess shell. I load in again, and this time I do hit, dealing almost 500 HP of damage. So I'm now up to 2,000 damage, but my DPM is atrocious because I'm on my last shell, and I'm now going to try to use this shell against the gorilla again, but he retreats. Now, in this game, I think one of the reasons I was able to even ace it was just because of these little coincidences where I was forced to reload when I wanted to shoot, and that in the long run paid off. Now here, I'm going to move this turret forward to cover my lower plate, and look at this. I track him, but look at what happens now. Look at this, and he loses almost all of his health. That is 2,000 assisted damage. Now, if you don't know what assisted damage is, the way it calculates XP for assisted damage, it's as if you dealt half of that damage. So right now, the calculation for the amount of damage I did, XP-wise, imagine as if I have now dealt 3,749 instead of, imagine I've dealt 4,000 instead of 3,000. That is what assisted damage does. I miss a shell on the grill, and now I'm really gunning for the Foch after clearing the TVP. And I mean, the Foch can kill me, but I have enough troll armor to where he's going to have to load premium shells to penetrate me. And I'm hoping that that's enough. So I'm just hoping to get a clip out. I'm hoping to get some extra damage out. And here I approach him, and let's go. I'm not shooting him because I know my gun isn't accurate, but boom, I track him. He fixes it. Boom, that's another shell. And as he moves closer, the inaccuracy of my gun matters less, and I am able to take him out. This is an example of an ace that with a low damage count. But that's partly because the 1/6 of the 1/16's low DPM. So I earn a lot of credits, I get the golden M, I get 4,000 damage, and 2,000 assisted, and 2 destroyed. Now, just to be clear, the assisted damage and the destroyed is what let me get the ace in this battle. Without it, I would not have gotten it. So that's, I guess, the lesson of today. Sometimes these additional statistics help you ace vehicles, and the 116 displayed its capabilities pretty well. It's a decent tank, it bounces, and it's got a dangerous gun. Thank you for watching my video. See you next time. Bye-bye.